More videos every week. Subscribe if you dare. Lyra brushed it off. Superstition, she thought. Until the second night, the song returned, this time clearer. And now the voice wasn't outside. It was inside the room. But there was no one, just the voice. Huwag kang matakot, huwag kang lalaban. Suddenly her phone flickered. The screen showed her camera. But she hadn't opened it. And in the camera feed, behind her, a figure, a woman. Long black hair, pale, thin, floating. Feet never touching the ground. Her head tilted, her mouth smiling, but her eyes empty. Then a whisper. Bua mo na akong narinig, kaya akin ka na. The lights flickered, the windows rattled. Shadows danced along the walls. And a sudden oppressive cold filled the room. Lyra tried to scream, but no sound came out. She grabbed her phone, typed a message to her best friend. Help me, there's something here. But the message wouldn't send. Instead, her phone vibrated. New message from an unknown number. Shh, tulogna. The door creaked open, but not fully, just enough. And through the gap, an eye, pale, milky, staring. Then the song, louder now. Tulogna, tulogna, tulogna. Lyra bolted out of the room, ran to her Lola's bedroom. Her Lola wasn't there, just her rosary, broken, scattered on the bed, and the singing was now behind her. She sprinted out of the house, into the street, screaming. Neighbors peeked through windows, but none opened their doors. They knew. No one interferes when Maria Lunea sings. Suddenly, the world shifted. The street was gone. The houses, gone, replaced by fog, endless. And in that fog, shadows floated, dozens, maybe hundreds. The stream that watched you back. Huling Livestream. Have you ever scrolled through Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube late at night and seen a live stream that wasn't supposed to be there? No title, no description, no viewers, just live, a black screen. Or sometimes, a dark, flickering room, no face, no host. But the longer you watch, the more you notice. There's something watching back. This story starts with Liam, a vlogger, gamer, content creator from Cavite. He spent most nights streaming horror games, loved scaring his audience. One night, while preparing for his regular stream, a notification popped up. Live, untitled stream, no profile picture, no username, just a red dot blinking. Curious, Liam clicked it. At first, static, black screen. Then, shapes began to form. A dimly lit room, peeling wallpaper, a chair, empty. But behind the chair, something shifted. A shadow. Chat was disabled. Likes disabled. Comments off. No way to interact. Then, text flashed on screen. You are viewer number 01. Liam laughed, thought it was an ARG or horror prank, until the text changed. Liam, you are viewer 01. His smile faded. No way it knew his name. He checked the profile. Nothing. No followers. No videos. No history. Then, his webcam flickered, glitched, turned itself on, and on the stream, Liam saw himself sitting at his desk, watching the stream. But something was standing behind him. A tall, dark figure. No face, no features, just a silhouette. Watching, breathing. He spun around. Nothing. But when he looked back at the stream, the figure was now closer, right next to his chair. Then the audio came on. Not game sounds, not music. Breathing. Wet. Ragged. And whispers. Don't leave. Keep watching. Closer. Closer. His internet lagged. His monitor flickered. The lights dimmed. Then, a chat appeared. Not on the stream. On his screen. Directly. Do not close this. Do not look away. Then, a timer started. The stream that watched you back. Huling Livestream. Have you ever scrolled through Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube late at night and seen a live stream that wasn't supposed to be there? No title, no description, no viewers, just live, a black screen. Or sometimes, a dark, flickering room, no face, no host. But the longer you watch, the more you notice. There's something watching back. This story starts with Liam, a vlogger, gamer, content creator from Cavite. He spent most nights streaming horror games, loved scaring his audience. One night, while preparing for his regular stream, a notification popped up. Live, untitled stream, no profile picture, no username, just a red dot blinking. Curious, Liam clicked it. At first, static, black screen. Then, shapes began to form. A dimly lit room, peeling wallpaper, a chair, empty. But behind the chair, something shifted. A shadow. Chat was disabled. Likes disabled. Comments off. No way to interact. Then, text flashed on screen. You are viewer number 01. Liam laughed, thought it was an ARG or horror prank, until the text changed. Liam, you are viewer 01. His smile faded. No way it knew his name. He checked the profile. Nothing. No followers. No videos. No history. Then, his webcam flickered, glitched, turned itself on, and on the stream, Liam saw himself sitting at his desk, watching the stream. But something was standing behind him, a tall, dark figure. No face, no features, just a silhouette, watching, breathing. He spun around. Nothing. But when he looked back at the stream, the figure was now closer, right next to his chair. Then the audio came on. Not game sounds, not music. Breathing, wet, ragged, and whispers. Don't leave. Keep watching. Closer, closer. His internet lagged. His monitor flickered. The lights dimmed. Then a chat appeared, not on the stream, on his screen, directly. Do not close this. Do not look away. Then a timer started. Counting down from 666. Liam panicked, slammed the mouse, tried to close the browser, forced shutdown, yanked the power cord. Nothing worked. His screen stayed on, the timer continued. Suddenly the stream changed angles. Now it showed his bedroom, but no camera was there. Yet it showed his bed, his closet, his door, and something crawling out from under the bed. Long arms bent backward, fingers like needles, a head broken sideways. Mouth open, stitched at the edges, but forcing itself wider. The text flashed, "Now it's your turn to stream." Liam screamed, grabbed his phone to call for help, but the phone showed the same stream. No dial tone, no contacts, just the live feed of his room. Then the breathing. Right behind him, the figure grabbed his shoulder. Ice cold, fingertips digging in. Liam turned face to face with something that wasn't human. Eyes hollow, skin gray stretched. Thin as paper, its mouth opened wider, wider, until the skin tore at the cheeks. Inside the mouth, rows of teeth, tiny hands, something twitching. And then the stream went black. The next morning, his viewers noticed Liam never logged off. His live stream kept running. For hours, nothing on screen except his empty chair, faint breathing in the background, and at random intervals, a whisper. Viewer number 2, welcome. People started reporting that anyone who watched the stream, even for a second, started experiencing glitches. Phones turning on by themselves, webcams flickering, hearing footsteps in their rooms, then seeing themselves on a stream they never joined, and behind them, the same figure, closer, always closer. Some tried deleting their accounts, didn't work. Some destroyed their devices, didn't help. The stream always returned on TVs, on reflections, on glass. Once you're a viewer, you can't unsubscribe. One by one, viewers started disappearing. Police found empty rooms, PCs still running, streams still live, but no bodies, no footprints, no signs of exit. Just a faint message left on the screen, now, streaming forever. And the worst part? Some say the stream still exists. Somewhere, floating, across the web. No title, no name, just live, with 0 viewers, waiting for the next. You. The jeepney to nowhere, Pasaherong Walang Destinacion. In Metro Manila, where traffic never sleeps, jeepneys are everywhere. They're loud, crowded, alive. But there's one route that doesn't exist on any map. No terminal, no signage, no driver who admits to knowing it. Locals whisper about it, but only at dawn, when the streets are quiet. The jeepney to nowhere. They say it only appears late at night, between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. It looks normal. Dirty white body, striped curtains, rosaries dangling, stickers fading. The only odd thing, the signboard simply reads, Kahit Saan, anywhere. This is the story of Angelo, a call center agent working the graveyard shift. His shift ended at 2:30 a.m. Tired, half asleep, he walked to his usual jeepney stop, but no jeepneys came. Except one, a lone jeep, engine idling, headlights dim, driver, head low, face hidden under a baseball cap. Angelo looked at the signboard, Kahit Saan. Pucha, okay nato, basta makawi, he mumbled. He climbed in. Inside were three passengers, silent, heads bowed, not moving. As the jeep pulled away, Angelo noticed something strange. No traffic, no people, not a single car. In Metro Manila, impossible. The jeep rolled through familiar streets, but everything was off. Shops closed, lights flickering, buildings looked abandoned, as if the city had been empty for years. Angelo tried to ask the driver, Boss, saan to dumadaan? No answer, just a nod. Then a whisper from one of the passengers. Wag kang magsalita, wag kang magtanong. The jeep passed by a street he recognized, but the street name was wrong. The sign read Calle Ningwala, Street of Nothing. Then the first passenger disappeared. Angelo blinked, looked again. The man in the corner was gone. No sound, no movement, just gone. Panic set in. Angelo tapped the driver's shoulder. Boss, para na, para. The driver didn't react. The other two passengers now turned their heads, slowly, at the same time, and their faces. No eyes, no mouth, just skin, blank. Bumaba ka kung kaya mo, one of them whispered, without a mouth. Angelo scrambled to the back, tried to open the rear door. Locked. Then he noticed the window wasn't showing the outside anymore. Instead, only darkness. Shapes moving, hands pressed against the glass, faces, screaming silently. The jeep suddenly stopped. A loud screech, the door opened. But what was outside wasn't a street. It was a tunnel. Endless walls made of flesh, pulsing, breathing. Angelo froze. Baba na, the driver finally spoke. His voice wasn't human, low, layered, echoing. Angelo shook his head. Ayoko, Ayoko, Ayoko. The driver slowly turned, revealing a face stitched together. Multiple mouths, some smiling, some screaming. Baba na, kasi, dito ka na. The other two passengers grabbed Angelo, their arms cold, stiff, fingers long, bending the wrong way. They dragged him toward the tunnel. Angelo fought, kicked, screamed, Ayoko, Ayoko, Ayoko. Suddenly, a loud horn. Blinding headlights. Another jeepney crashed into them. Angelo woke up, flat on the sidewalk. People surrounding him. It was daylight. Jeepneys, cars, traffic, life. Kuya okay kalang? Nahimatay ka ata? Someone said. Angelo looked around. The Kahit Saan jeep, gone, as if it never existed, or so he thought. When he checked his phone, there was a photo. He didn't remember taking it. It showed the inside of the jeep, empty, except for one thing, a face pressing against the glass from the outside. No eyes, no mouth, just skin. Ever since that day, sometimes when Angelo waits for a jeepney late at night, he still hears it, a faint horn, a diesel engine idling. And when he turns, there it is, the jeepney. Signboard glowing, Kahit Saan. And the driver, waiting for his next passenger. The elevator ritual, 14 floors to hell. In the heart of Metro Manila, there's a building most people ignore. Old, gray, crumbling, no name, no signage. But those who know whisper about it in online forums, dark web threads, and urban legends. They say if you enter this building, step into the elevator alone, and press the buttons in a specific sequence, you'll be taken somewhere else, a floor that doesn't exist, a place not meant for the living. This is the story of Carla, a fresh graduate looking for work, desperate for a job. She stumbled upon an online listing. Hiring immediate, no experience needed, salary above minimum. Office located at address removed. Desperate and intrigued, Carla followed the pin. It led her to an old building she'd never noticed before. Graffiti, broken lights, cracks along the walls, but the elevator? Surprisingly clean. Modern buttons, smooth stainless steel doors. Carla stepped in. Inside, there were 14 floors, but something was odd. No labels, just numbers. She pressed 10, then the elevator shook. The lights flickered, the doors closed, then reopened. But the hallway outside wasn't normal. Dim, foggy, fluorescent lights flickering. Carla stepped out. Silence, no sound, no air, and the hallway stretched longer than possible. She walked. Each step echoed like it was inside a cave. Doors lined the hallway, but the doors were wrong, twisted. Some melted into the walls. Others had scratches, deep claw marks. Some had handprints, bloody. Then she passed by one door, and something whispered from behind it. Wag kang titingin sa likod, wag kang lilingon. Carla froze, her breathing heavy, but instinct betrayed her. She turned, and there, at the end of the hallway, a figure, far, thin, but moving, towards her. Slow, jerky. The lights flickered, and each time the lights blinked, the figure was closer, until it was right behind her. Carla ran, slammed the elevator button. The doors wouldn't close fast enough. The figure. Long arms, gray skin, no face, fingers twitching, lunged. But the doors closed just in time. Or did they? The elevator didn't move. Instead, the floor indicator glitched. It flashed 13, 14, 0, 0-1, -2, then stopped. The doors opened. What Carla saw was not part of any building. An endless pit, walls made of flesh, breathing, pulsing, faces stretched into the walls, mouths open, screaming, but no sound. A bridge, narrow, leading to a door floating in the middle of the pit. And from the pit, arms reached upward, grabbing, pulling, trying to escape, or crabbing to pull someone down. A voice whispered from the intercom, "Finish the ritual, or you stay here forever." A set of symbols appeared on the elevator buttons, not numbers anymore, shapes, circles, lines, eyes, mouths. Carla frantically pressed them, guessing. Wrong. The pit trembled. The arms grew longer, fingers brushing against her ankles. She pressed again. A loud screech. The elevator dropped. Free fall. Screams layered upon screams flooded her ears. Then, silence. When the doors opened, Carla was back. Ground floor, morning, normal. Or was it? When she checked her phone, the time was wrong. She had only been inside for 10 minutes, but 2 days had passed. Missed calls, messages, people looking for her, and in her gallery, dozens of photos she never took. Photos of the pit, the faces, and one photo of her standing inside the pit with something behind her, something smiling. To this day, Carla avoids elevators, especially ones in buildings she doesn't recognize, and sometimes, late at night, when she passes by certain streets, she sees the building, waiting, elevator doors open, soft ding, inviting her back, they say. Then some call it an urban legend, some say it's just a creepypasta, but a few whisper that it's real, that if you dare, find the building, enter the elevator, press the sequence, and see where it takes you. The Bridge of No Return. Ang tulay ng mga naliligaw. In a small town in Laguna, there's a bridge no one wants to cross at night. Locals call it tulay ng mga naliligaw because anyone who steps onto it after midnight never finds their way back. It looks ordinary in the daytime, just a narrow old bridge over a quiet river surrounded by trees. But at night it changes. The air feels heavier, the fog rolls in, and the water below turns pitch black, like a void swallowing every reflection. Some say the bridge wasn't always cursed. They whisper about a bus accident that happened decades ago. A bus full of students fell from the bridge. No bodies were ever recovered. Since then, strange things started happening. This is the story of Brian, a delivery driver assigned to drop a package to a barangay on the other side of that bridge. It was already 12:15 a.m. when Brian reached the road leading to the bridge. Tired, hungry, he just wanted to finish the delivery. The bridge stood in front of him, fog covering its entrance, streetlights flickering, but he shrugged it off, thinking it was just an old road. He's crossed worse highways at night. He drove onto the bridge. Halfway through, his signal disappeared. GPS failed. Even his radio only produced static. Suddenly, he noticed something. The bridge seemed longer than usual, way longer. He checked his rearview mirror, but the entrance was gone. Nothing but fog behind him. Then, his headlights caught someone ahead. A figure standing in the middle of the bridge, back turned, dressed in white, soaked hair dripping onto the road. Brian honked, no reaction. He rolled down the window and shouted, "Ate tabi po?" The figure slowly turned its head, not the body, just the head, twisting unnaturally. Eyes hollow, mouth wide open, grinning, skin cracked like dry clay. Brian floored the gas, swerved past her, but when he looked forward again, there she was, standing in front. Again. Impossible. Slammed the brakes, skidded, tires screeching. His truck stalled. Complete silence except for his own heavy breathing. Then, footsteps behind him, slow, wet, heavy, as if someone was dragging their feet. Closer, closer. His hands trembled as he tried to restart the engine, when suddenly, something slammed on the driver's side window. A pale hand, fingers unnaturally long, nails broken. A whisper followed right into his ear, though the window was closed. "Bumaba ka na, hindi ka na makakauwi." Brian screamed, refused to look, turned the key again, engine coughed, then roared back to life. He hit the gas, not caring what's ahead. But the bridge didn't end. It stretched on and on. No matter how fast he went, the end never appeared. Then the fog started to part, revealing things on the side of the bridge. Figures, dozens of them, all standing motionless, some hanging by their necks from invisible ropes, others half submerged in the concrete, their hands reaching out, mouths moving silently as if screaming. Brian refused to look, refused to slow down. Suddenly a child appeared on the road, small, barefoot, pale head tilted, asking, "Kuya tulong kuya?" as it stepped right in front of the truck. Brian swerved, but instead of hitting a rail, the truck went straight into darkness. No crash, no impact, just nothing. When Brian opened his eyes, he was no longer in the truck. He stood on the bridge, but it was different. The river below was gone, replaced by a swirling black abyss, the sky blood red, the air filled with distant whispers, cries, laughter, all mixing into a maddening hum. He ran, searching for an exit. No road, no end, just the bridge stretching infinitely. Then a familiar voice called him. "Brian, Brian, Dito Kana." He turned and saw a woman, her face, rotten eyes, bleeding, mouth stitched shut, but somehow still smiling. She reached out her arms, and from her back, dozens of hands stretched, grabbing, pulling, crawling across the bridge. Brian ran, but every step forward only led him back to the same spot, like running in a loop. The bridge trapping him, twisting space. He collapsed, crying, begging, "Patawada yoko dito ayoko." But the bridge didn't care. Then the pavement cracked, hands shot out, grabbing his legs, pulling him down, fingers like bones, cold, squeezing tighter as the surface opened into a swirling black hole. His final scream echoed, but no one heard it. The next morning, local fishermen found his truck parked perfectly at the entrance of the bridge, engines still running, headlights on door wide open, but no sign of Brian. Only his phone left on the driver's seat, unlocked with a single video playing on loop, recorded at exactly 3 a.m. The footage showed the inside of the truck, the road ahead completely empty except for one moment. A frame where someone or something appeared in the passenger seat next to him, pale face inches from the camera, smiling eyes, black mouth wide open, whispering one word. Sumunodka. Since then, more reports came at exactly 3 a.m. Travelers see the same bridge appearing on their GPS, even if it shouldn't be there. And sometimes their route automatically redirects to Tulay Ningmanga Naliligaw. Some make it across, But when they checked their dash cam footage, someone else was sitting behind them the entire time, watching, waiting, smiling. And those who disappear are never found, only their cars left perfectly parked at the entrance, engines running, doors wide open, as if they simply stepped out into nothing. If you enjoyed this terrifying story, let us know in the comments below. Hit that like button to help us bring more cursed tales and dark legends to life. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, but warn them first. And if you dare, subscribe to this channel, because here in Pinoy Phobia, the horror never ends. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next cursed story, spine-chilling folklore, or true paranormal encounter from the shadows of the Philippines. Remember, some stories are meant to be heard, but others are meant to be warnings. Thank you for watching, and remember, whatever happens, don't look back.